Hello everybody, welcome back to Buckeye Readers Chat. I'm Nicole.
I'm Krista.
And today we're going to talk about short stories. Short stories may not be the staple of your reading, and so we wanted to share with you a few titles that you might be interested and just let you know why short stories could be a good addition to your to-read list. Sometimes there's various reasons that an author may write a book of short stories. For example, this one, Shots Fired, by C.J. Box, is actually written within the universe of one of his long-standing series, his Joe Pickett series. So if you're a fan of that series, this book may be one that could interest you, where it continues some of the stories, ties up some loose ends, gives you some more depth into that universe. And so that's one way that an author can use short stories to add to their repertoire. So Krista, what books do you have?
I actually have to share a second. When I was going through and looking research for this Buckeye Readers Chat, I found we have so many different short stories by different authors and different genres and everything from adult to juvenile. A couple caught my attention. The first one is The Penny Dreadfuls. Yeah. If you're looking to be scared, I know it's not close to Halloween, but if you're looking for something to be scared, the Penny Dreadfuls, actually they got their name. Do you know why they're called Penny Dreadfuls?
Why are they called Penny Dreadfuls?
Penny Dreadfuls, because back in the 19th century, you could purchase them for $1 or for pennies.
Oh, okay.
wrong money.
Well, for us, $1 would be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, back then a penny. Yeah.
And so it's Dracula, Frankenstein, and The Picture of Dorian Gray. Not going to tell you if you're not familiar with them. I know they're classic titles, but if you're not familiar with them, probably it's not familiar. Definitely leave the lights on and grab that book and read it.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting about classics is oftentimes we see them redone so many times in various alterations that you don't always get the original fear. And when you read those stories, thinking about them from back when these types of stories were the only type of horror fiction out there, these were terrifying. They didn't have security cameras to make sure a vampire wasn't coming into your building. The whole story of Frankenstein is just a moral issue, rather than a terrifying monster, which is also in the story too. But I mean, just the classics are there for a reason.
And it's not like the modern ones. The guy walks in the door and saves the girl, or somebody comes. It's your typical horror style.
Yeah, for sure. And then some of the young adult fiction I like to read because they have various books. So I've got 3 here where they were written by different authors wrote short stories, and then the whole book was edited by a famous author. So for example, this one was edited by Marissa Myers, and each story was written by a different author, and they all take on different romance tropes, which I'm really looking forward to reading. So like the fake relationship, stranded together, the best friend love epiphany, stuff like that, the grand romantic gesture. They take those stories and they kind of flip them, and they give them a new purpose in these stories. So I'm really excited to give those a try. What other books do you have, Krista?
Completely moving away from horrors.
Yeah.
One that caught my attention is Men Without Women. And the book is actually focused on mostly men. The short stories are focused on mostly men who are lonely. And it walks you through the whole experience and your feel for them. The book draws you into, the author does a really good job of it and draws you into them. But it's a good book. Yeah,
Haruki Murakami is a very popular fiction author, and he's known for his deeply emotional work. I think what I like about seeing this book is if you've ever wanted to try to read something of his, he has very large books. So you could always give a short story a try and see if his style of writing is within what you're interested in. So that would be really cool.
It's a good suggestion. Yeah. My third one is a very common author, well-known author, Alexander McCall Smith. And the Tiny Tales, romance, love, kindness. And one of the things, again, I loved about the book is there's hilarious comics just randomly placed throughout the book.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
like a 4-frame comic, and
Uh-huh.
I found myself as I was going through the book laughing my head off, like, it's so cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, it comes back to what you said. If you want to just read something, you have time only for a few minutes to sit down at the end of your day or whatever the situation, you can read a story, but you're not, getting hooked in or tied into
Yeah,
it.
it's not a 300-page book.
No.
Yeah, you can kind of round out your story before that. They're nice little bite-sized tales, which is why that one's probably called Tiny Tales.
And full confession, if I pick up a book, I can't put it down until I finish it. So the
okay.
short stories catch my...
this may be your new area of
Yes.
interest. Very awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time at Buckeye Readers Chat, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.